Sometimes, a defender gets too close. So these are 30 skills for tight situations. The lift. When you don't have much space to push the ball past the defender, sticking your toe underneath the ball and doing a small lift can help the ball clear any incoming tackles. Roll forward and back. When you're holding off a defender, use the underside of your foot and roll the ball just slightly forward. Then roll the ball directly behind you and turn away. Roulette to face defender. When you have a defender on your back, but you'd rather be facing them, one thing you can do is use the underside of one foot to pull the ball to your other foot. Then spin, and use your other foot to pull the ball back toward yourself and away from the defender. And now you have the defender in front of you. Pull behind leg and stop. When you feel that the ball is too close to the defender, close enough that they could easily get a foot on the ball, use the underside of your foot to pull the ball back. Then use the inside of that same foot to push the ball behind your leg, protecting the ball. Finally, if you need to stop the ball from going too far, use the underside of your other foot to drag the ball back toward you. La croqueta. When a defender sticks out a leg, use the inside of your foot to drag the ball across your body. Then use the inside of your other foot to push the ball past them. Fake in La croqueta. This is very similar to the traditional La croqueta, but in this version, you take a small step to the side first. Then, if the defender takes the fake and dives in, you do the La croqueta around them the other way. Toe poke meg. When the ball is a little too far out in front of you, and you can barely reach the ball before the defender gets there, sometimes all you can do is use your toe and try to poke the ball through the defender's legs. Shield and pull away. When you feel the ball is a little too exposed to a defender, use the underside of your foot to pull the ball away, while at the same time pivoting on your standing leg, putting your body between the defender and the ball. The two-touch turn. When the ball is a little bit in front of you, and a defender comes in quickly from the side, use the outside of the foot furthest away from the defender to stop the ball. Then use the outside of that same foot to turn away from the defender. Inside outside. When you're facing a defender in a tight situation where you don't have a lot of space, show the defender you have complete control of the ball by switching the ball between the inside and outside of your foot a few times. This show of control and skill will often make defenders less likely to dive in. because they know you can go either direction in the blink of an eye. Protection step over. When the ball is a little bit in front of you and a defender comes in quickly from the side, step around the front of the ball to protect it. Then turn so that your body is between the defender and the ball. Sombrero from the ground. When the ball is rolling away from the defender, and that defender is running in from the side, stick your toe underneath the ball and flick the ball over the defender against their momentum. Shaky leg. When you're facing a defender on the wing, move your foot back and forth quickly behind the ball, shaking your leg and keeping your knee loose. This will show the defender that you have the ability to go any direction whenever you want. Fake turns. When a defender is tight on your back, one way to create a little space is to throw out a couple body feints that make it look like you might turn. And after a couple fakes, a lot of defenders will back off a bit, allowing you to turn and face them. The Berbatov spin. When you're chasing the ball toward the sideline or goal line, and there's a defender following you closely, stop the ball with the inside of your foot, then pivot. And use the edge of your toes to flick the ball over and past the defender's leg. The McGeady spin. When you're near the sideline and a defender is on your back, use one foot to touch the ball behind your leg, then spin, and use the outside of your other foot to hit the ball past the defender. The roll cut. When you're holding off a defender on your back, use the underside of your foot to start rolling the ball one way. Then, use the outside of that same foot to chop the ball back the other way and turn the defender. The soul spin. When a defender is coming in from the side, use the underside of the foot that is farthest away from the defender and pull the ball back behind you. Then use the underside of that same foot to pull the ball past the defender. The scoop turn. When a defender is on your back, use the inside of your foot and start pushing the ball to the side, as if you were going to pass it to a teammate. But instead of releasing it, continue to drag the ball in a circular motion. Then use the edge of your toes to flick the ball through the defender's legs. Roulette. When the ball is out in front of you and a defender is coming in from the side, use the underside of your foot to pull the ball back. Then spin, and use the underside of your other foot to pull the ball away from the defender. Roulette down the line. When you have a defender on your back and the ball is rolling toward the sideline, use the underside of your foot to pull the ball back toward the defender, then spin. And use the underside of your other foot to pull the ball away from the defender and down the line. It's like a McGeady spin, but with the soles of your feet. The stop and turn. When a defender is on your shoulder and trying to get around the front of you, use the inside of your foot to stop the ball, while at the same time turning your body to shield the ball from the defender. Then use the inside of that same foot to drag the ball away from the defender. Body feint and turn. When the ball is rolling down the line and you notice a defender is pressuring from behind, step behind the ball as if you were going to turn back. But instead, turn the other way and push the ball past the defender. The feint and meg. When you're facing a defender in a tight situation, step one direction, leaving the ball exposed. Then, if they reach for it, push the ball through. The roll flick up. When you're facing a defender on the wing, start rolling the ball back, baiting the defender to move closer. Then use the underside of your foot to pull the ball back toward your body. And use your toe to flick the ball up in the air and down the line. Pull behind leg and back. When you're facing a defender on the wing, use the underside of your foot to pull the ball back. Then, use the inside of that same foot to push the ball back behind your leg. And if the defender dives in, use the underside of your other foot to pull the ball back across your body. The roll meg. When the ball is a little out in front of you, and the defender thinks they can get a tackle in, roll the ball through their legs, right as they reach for the ball. Roll elastico. When you're facing a defender on the wing, use the underside of your foot to roll the ball to the side. Then, use the inside of that same foot to hit the ball past the defender. Pull behind leg. When the ball is a little out in front of you, and a defender moves to get a tackle in, use the underside of your foot to roll the ball back. Then use the inside of that same foot to push the ball behind your leg and away from the defender. Puskas. When the ball is a little bit in front of you and a defender reaches for the ball, use the underside of your foot to pull the ball back toward your body. Then use the inside of that same foot to push the ball away from the defender.